In the event of needing to evacuate the arena, please follow the instructions given by our security staff. Please remember to maintain social distancing while in the arena and use all available space. Please also remember to be considerate of other guests. We hope you have a great day. Please wear your face mask if you are unable to maintain social distance. Not long to wait now. Your graduation celebration will begin in 5 minutes. Please maintain a social distance while in the marquee. Not long to wait now. Your graduation celebration will begin in 2 minutes.
I have great pleasure in declaring this ceremony open.
A very good afternoon, everyone. This was the warmest welcome that we could arrange for you, so it's very nice to have you here on such a lovely afternoon, so thank you. So look, it's a pleasure to be part of these celebrations, of course, recognising the success of our students who are graduating this summer. Of course, as you can see, this is not a normal degree ceremony, and of course it's not been a normal year either. So the pandemic, of course, has impacted all our lives in ways that we couldn't have imagined 18 months ago. However, students, you've adapted, persevered, shown more resilience, ingenuity and tenacity than probably any other graduating cohort before you. And we are extremely proud that you've overcome these challenges to achieve your degrees. So graduations, of course, are defining moments in the university's calendar, and of course a defining moment in your lives too. And it wasn't a moment that we could let pass without the celebration and recognition that it deserves. So we're delighted to be celebrating with you, and this is not the Great Hall, clearly. It's perhaps the Great Marquee this afternoon. But we hope that what we've been able to do demonstrates that the value that we place in you and your achievements. We hope that you have enjoyed the opportunity to be reunited with each other, to share your success with friends and family, to wear your smart graduation gowns, of course, and to recognise and reflect on your achievements. In this extraordinary year, of course, the university has had to step up and play its part in the nation's response to the crisis. Our researchers, not too far from here, have developed new tests to detect COVID, new medical interventions for those suffering from it, and we've contributed to the understanding of the disease so we might better deal with it. And you all have played your part too. Many have supported vulnerable members of your community. Some have distributed food and medicine to those most in need, volunteered in test centres, and helped friends and neighbours and found ways to adapt and respond to enormously challenging circumstances. You are extraordinary people, and we are here to celebrate your achievements. You came to the University of Birmingham because you wanted to come to a great place of learning. You wanted to test yourselves, and you wanted to equip yourselves for your next phase of your lives. And your experience won't have been what you were expecting, but you're here today, having overcome many barriers and achieve your goals nonetheless. And of course, while you've been here, you've enriched our community too, made new friends, explored new horizons, and as you graduate this summer, you graduate an enriched person. I'm sure you will hardly recognize the you who joined us several years ago, and I think your parents and supporters around you will understand that that's true too. You're someone of high achievement, someone who's tested themselves and succeeded. So these degree celebrations in the Green Heart, of course, are a first for us, but we're a university of firsts. This was the first campus university, the first university to incorporate a medical school, to allow women to take medical degrees, and the first to create a women's hall of residence. And more recently, we were the first university to open a secondary school, the first to establish a Peer 2 testing laboratory for COVID-19. And this may well be a first for you too. You may be the first in your family to graduate, the first to study in this country, or maybe the first to achieve a postgraduate qualification. And some of you will be the first to have made a particular discovery in some area of research. And of course, you are amongst the first to graduate through a global pandemic. You have overcome challenges that few others have faced before, and you will have many stories from that. The discipline in which you're graduating will have taught you many foundational skills. You are all strong mathematicians. You might not feel it always, but you are. You can navigate scientific and engineering challenges, and I think also understand the significance of the results. And you will have digital and professional skills too, that many employers will be delighted to utilize. You are well prepared for what comes next, and you will soon find how those skills translate to challenges and opportunities to come. Use these skills well and work hard. Take opportunities as they arise. If someone asks, say yes, and I think, perhaps most importantly, support those around you, whatever your line of work. Today marks the end of one kind of relationship with the university and the start of a new one. Today you become a member of a distinguished family, a family with over 300,000 members in more than 170 countries around the world. So welcome to our alumni community. Our alumni engage in an astonishing array of projects and professions, and we look forward to witnessing your own achievements and successes in the years to come. Keep in touch with us, and we promise, of course, to keep in touch with you too. So you and those around you have many reasons to be proud today. Many congratulations to all our graduates, and good luck and good fortune in what's to come. Thank you very much. So I'm very pleased to pass over to Professor Mark Simmons, who's head of the School of Chemical Engineering, who will announce this year's prizes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to announce the prizes for this year's chemical engineering graduates. So, the Dr. McMenemy Prize. This prize is awarded to the student on the ME programs who performs the best in their Year 3 and Year 4 core module exams combined. And I'm delighted to announce the winner is Xin Wei Chong. We have the Institution for Plant Engineers Prize for Chemical Engineering Design This prize, perhaps not unsurprisingly, is awarded to the highest scoring student of the Chemical Engineering Final Design Project, and I'm delighted to announce the winner is Luke Benham. We have the Neville Moss Memorial Prize. This prize is awarded annually to the student in the School of Chemical Engineering who has achieved an outstanding scholastic performance, and I'm delighted to announce the winner is Harriet Prescott. We have two P.J. Garner undergraduate prizes. These prizes are awarded at the end of the first and second years, respectively, to the student in the School of Chemical Engineering who has achieved the highest total marks for chemical engineering subjects. And I'm delighted to announce that the winner for Year 2 this year is Alexander Garraway. And also delighted to announce the winner for the first year is Benjamin Glover. We have the Ross Prize. The Ross Prize is awarded to the graduating student in the School of Chemical Engineering who has achieved the most improved assessment results since the end of their second year. And I'm delighted to announce the winner is Cameron Bowie. We have the Sir Jodmant John Cadman Prize in Chemical Engineering. This prize is awarded to two students who graduate with the highest scoring overall, one from the Department of Chemical Engineering, B-Eng, and one from the M-Eng course in Chemical Engineering. And I'm delighted to announce the winner for the Master's M-Eng course is Abdurrahman Mullah. And I'm delighted to announce the winner for the Bachelor's B-Eng course is Thomas Bridge. And finally, we have the W.J. Haffenden Prize. This prize is awarded annually to the graduating student in the School of Chemical Engineering who has achieved the highest scoring overall for research-related topics. And I'm delighted to announce the winner is Daniel Kugatuthe. So that concludes the prize giving. It's now my pleasure to introduce the student representative, Yasmin Bobie. Over to you, Yasmin.
Family, friends, highly esteemed guests, it is my greatest pleasure to address you all today. I want to talk to you about a word that I really loathe at the moment: unprecedented. U-N-P-R-E-C-E-D-E-N-T-E-D. Unprecedented. The Oxford Dictionary defines this popular buzzword as that has never happened, been done, or been known before. I guess it is a fitting word to describe the pandemic. But for a word with quite a neutral definition, it has so much negative energy around it. And in as much as I would love the word to fizzle out of existence, I really think it has a powerful aura around it. So I took it upon myself to find things that are both unprecedented and positive. So, receiving your acceptance letter for the first time to study chemical engineering at the University of Birmingham was definitely an unprecedented moment in your lives. Moving to a new city, settling into your accommodation, experiencing freshers was an unprecedented moment in our lives. For those of you that drink, that first cheeky pint at one of the Selly pubs was definitely unprecedented. Birmingham winning Frank Morton Sports Day competition, not once, not twice, but 6 times in a row, is certainly unprecedented. You get my point, and I think it's safe to say that for all of us, the above has never been done, nor happened, or nor been known in our individual lives before we stepped foot into the University of Birmingham. Whether you're graduating today with a BEng, MEng, MSc, or PhD, your whole university journey was full of new experiences and is unprecedented. I'm sure you're thinking, you've mentioned unprecedented a lot for someone who doesn't like the word, but writing this speech has converted me, because quite frankly, I want to be a part of the future things that have never happened, been done, or been known before. I want to be a part of the world's changes, because where there's change, there's room for growth, innovation, and improvement. And guess what? The rest of your life will be full of new unknowns, things that have never happened before, and I know that can sound petrifying, but it's also really thrilling. There's a whole world out there for us to experience, and I don't know about you, but the thought of it makes me very excited. Maybe I'm excited because I know I'm well equipped for this change. We've all spent our time in Birmingham developing skills that set us apart from everyone else. And we all know it hasn't been easy. From staring bewildered at Dr. King's in first year as he tried to explain to us why the mass of products leaving our styrene plant cannot be more than the mass of the starting materials entering it, to nearly throwing our ATP notes out of the window in fourth year, while Dr. Schiacovelli explained to us in vain how to simplify the Navier-Stokes equation. From spending endless hours in our beloved Garner suite, to socializing in the atrium by the pool table. All our experiences have brought us to today, where I see respectable, hardworking, employable chemical engineering graduates. And from where I'm standing, we look like a bunch of people ready to take on the unprecedented. I am so proud of all of you. Yes, every single one. My friends are always screaming at me when I minimize my achievements. They say, would you criticize us the way you've done yourself? Or wouldn't you praise us for doing the exact thing you've completed? And it's true. Many of us minimize our achievements to the detriment of our health. And if there's anything I want you to take from this speech, it's to celebrate your wins, both the big and the small. In the words of news broadcasters around the world, we are living in unprecedented times. And time will continue to be unprecedented for the rest of our lives. But we can ensure this is a positive thing by giving ourselves credit where credit is due and loving ourselves as we so rightly deserve. Class of 2021, congratulations. You deserve every bit of this celebration. Savor it, bathe in it, and be proud. Thank you.
Wow, what a great speech. Yasmin, fantastic. Thank you to Professor Stephen Jarvis. Thank you to Professor Mark Simmons for your words at this time of celebration. It's great to have our new Students' Union President Mickey over here. Congratulations. Look forward to working with you over the coming year. And what a list of prize winners. Can I just see some hands up of prize winners, please? Don't be shy. Yasmin said, celebrate. Come on. A few hands up. Yes. Congratulations to all of you. See, when you win prizes, we're all celebrating with you. We're all so proud. But your achievements are an inspiration to others. And that inspiration creates aspiration. That aspiration creates achievement. And that achievement creates inspiration. It's a virtuous circle. So congratulations to all of you on graduating today. You couldn't have done it on your own. Of course, you put in the hard work. And you've done extremely well. But it's because you also had the help of your wonderful faculty, teachers, and your friends and family around you. So please, the graduates, give them a big round of applause. Yasmin's speech, fantastic. I'm going to tell another Yasmin, thousands of miles away in India, my mother, who's 85 years old, and Yasmin Italia, as she then was, graduated from this university in the 1950s. And And to this day, her closest friends are her university friends from Birmingham. She phones them, she keeps in touch with them. And when I told her that I was coming here today, every time I tell her I'm coming to Birmingham, even though I can't see her, I can see her eyes light up. And she loved this place, absolutely loved it. I'm so lucky that her father, my grandfather, was a graduate here in 1931. She graduated in the 1950s. Her brother graduated and did his doctorate in engineering here in the 1960s. And here I am, the third generation, so proud, so privileged, Karen Bellamoria, to be your Chancellor. I'm only the 7th Chancellor in the history of this 120-year university. 7 Chancellors. And I've completed 7 years. So what does that say? Some of my predecessors were here for a long time, including the Prime Minister, Anthony Eden, who was Chancellor for 27 years. I can assure you I'm not going to be Chancellor for 27 years. Now, the chemical engineering, what a subject to graduate in at any time, let alone at this time in history. The applications are just vast in every area you can imagine for the future. So you've got a head start. And this university has an amazing track record of employment, even in the hardest of times. If you haven't already got a job, I can assure you you'll get one. One thing I will say is you are all going to be leaders, because you are graduating from one, and there's no exaggeration here, there are no platitudes here, I hate platitudes, I'm being specific. We are one of the top 100 universities in the world, year after year after year. We are a Russell Group university. We are one of the biggest universities in this country, and we are a British university, which means we're the best universities in the world, along with the United States of America. So be proud of where you're graduating from. Now, here's some news for you. You're graduating, you're leaving the campus today, but this is Hotel California. You never leave. And that's good news. You never leave because you're forever part of this family. You are forever a Birmingham alumni, all of you. Hundreds of thousands around the world. Every corner of the world you will find Birmingham alumni. We have a great network. I host an event at the House of Lords every year for alumni, and it is waitlisted every time. It's so popular. And you get alumni who are in their 80s, sometimes in their 90s, to recent graduates who come along. And it's a most amazing, fantastic celebration, and everyone has that warmth. Now, if you were graduating from an American university, and I'm an alumnus of an American university, the next day after I became an alumnus, I received an email asking me for money. We don't do that over here. We're not so blunt. But please do. In future, believe you me, we've got amazing schemes like Birmingham in Action, where you don't necessarily have to give money. You can give your time. You can give volunteering hours. You can mentor. You can come back and lecture. Just stay connected with this amazing institution that has given you so much. One day, you can give this something back. And just today, I had a meeting with our development team. And they're giving me an update. And I'm proud at the moment to be president of the CBI, the Confederation of British Industry, the largest business organization in the country. And they said, you know, one of the chief executives that you met, who's on your president's council, FTSE 100 chief executive, well, first thing when I met him, he said, you're my Chancellor. I'm a proud Birmingham alumnus. My wife I met when she was at Birmingham, and we were at Birmingham, and we got married. I loved that university. I said, wow, this is great. And we made that connection literally within minutes of meeting. I'm now told that that chief executive of FTSE 100 company has donated £100,000, has sponsored scholarships, and it has made him and his wife really, really happy to do that. So that's the spirit. No one says you have to do anything. People do these things because they love this institution. So I urge you to do that. Never, ever, by the way, take the teaching for granted. We have some of the best teachers in this country. Time after time, we're ranked really highly, and your department in particular. You're fantastic teachers. I'll never forget meeting, I was relevant to some of you, you might become Fellows of the Royal Society, FRS after your name. And I was taking President Abdul Kalam around the Royal Society, and my crossbench colleague, Lord Martin Rees, said, Karan, can you just come around? You've met the President before. It's only the second time ever we're giving the King Charles Medal. And it has to be a head of state or former head of state, and it has to be a head of state who's a scientist. And President Abdul Kalam was head of India's space program before he became President of India, the most popular President of India ever. And as we were walking around, they'd brought out Isaac Newton's exhibits in the Royal Society. I mean, it's fantastic seeing all these treasures. And while we were walking around, I just asked the President innocently, and I'd met him a few times before, I said, Mr. President, where did it all start for you? And the whole entourage stopped. He said, Karan, you know where it started for me? When I was an 11-year-old boy, I came from a very poor family in South India. And a teacher in my classroom on the blackboard drew the picture of a bird and explained the concept of flight to me. And I was mesmerized. I wanted to know more about flight. I wanted to know more about science. I wanted to know more about physics. And that led the path to this individual becoming the head of India's space program and an eminent scientist. And it all started with one teacher. So never, ever forget that power of teaching. The next point I want to make, many of you here are international students, and I'm privileged to chair the All-Party Parliamentary Group of International Students. I'm privileged to be president of UKISA, that looks after all 550,000 international students in this country. And I want all of you here to thank the international students. They bring in not only £26 billion a year to our economy, but they enrich the experience of our universities, of every one of us over here. The bridges that are built are generation-long bridges. I'm here, I'm the third generation of my family to be educated in Britain. And now my children have been educated and are being educated at British universities. The power, world leaders, there are more world leaders educated at British universities and American universities than any other countries in the world by far. So the power of international students. And I'm glad to say, and I'm delighted to say, on my mother's birthday, the 1st of July, this year, this month, we got the news that the 2-year post-graduation work visa for international students has been brought back in, and I fought to introduce that in 2007, 2008. Theresa May took it away in 2012. She refused to bring it back in. The moment she stepped down as Prime Minister, Boris Johnson said, we're going to bring it back in, and it's back. So here's to all our international students. Thank you for what you do. I think huge round of applause. So to conclude, I've got to give you some advice. That's my duty as your Chancellor. One, leadership. You heard Yasmin's talk about unprecedented time. You heard Professor Jarvis talk about all the challenges. And in this pandemic, you've been resilient. You've been brilliant. Now, I could complain. I've been CBI president. Oh, no, the whole of this year, I've just had virtual meetings. I haven't had anything in person. I missed out on all this travel. I missed out on meeting people face to face. You could all say that. Oh, no, look what I missed out on. But you could also say, wow, I've been a graduate at a time in history like never before, unprecedented. You will look back and see how well you dealt, because a true test of leadership is not in the good times, it's in times of adversity. And it couldn't have been more difficult and sadly tragic than what we've been through. And you've done it. And I'm so proud to be president of the CBI at this time in history where I've been able to make a difference and try and help British business and British economy and institutions like the Birmingham University, which is a member of the CBI. So relish the challenge, make the most of any opportunity, look at it positively. And with crises, in my own business, Cobra Beer, which I founded 3 decades ago, I've nearly lost the business 3 times. Each time I got through and I survived with 3 things. One is having a strong brand. You've got the University of Birmingham, super strong brand. A strong team. You've got a fantastic team, just look around you. And finally, strong values and integrity. It's better to fail doing the right thing than to succeed doing the wrong thing. So there we are. Leadership, be strong leaders, and I wish you good luck. And the best definition of luck that I've ever heard is when determination meets opportunity. So keep being determined, and you will get lucky. That's it. Oh, and one last thing. Remember I said something in the beginning about never leaving? Well, my favorite saying of Mahatma Gandhi's is this: live as if you're going to die tomorrow. Learn as if you're going to live forever. So don't stop learning. Keep on learning. All the very best. Good luck. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. I now declare this congregation and ceremony closed.